Hello, welcome to my channel Duckpotatoe's World. My name is Katie and this is my monthly knitting related vlog created to create. If you have found me for the first time, welcome, and if you are coming back, welcome back. We're going to mostly talk about knitting and knitting related things. We may talk about a few other things, but that's mostly what we're going to talk about. So grab your work, your knitting, your crochet, or whatever it is you like to craft on. Grab your favorite drink, and we will have some fun things to talk about today. So I think last month when I talked to you, I had just come back from a wonderful 12 days in Arkansas and the Arkansas Yarn Crawl. And in the last month, I have spent precious little time at home. My sons and my husband have all been asking me why I don't like them, because I keep leaving. I went and visited my sister out in West Texas, and I have been to, I feel like I've been somewhere, I've been to Lake Jackson to visit a friend of mine out there, and I'm going to Nashville actually on Sunday for a few days, and then after that, I shouldn't be leaving, well, what I consider leaving, which is an overnight trip, for a little while. I will be gone for the day here and there, but I shouldn't be gone overnight for a little while. Things need to calm down around here because I homeschool and public school has started, but Brohard Christian Boys Academy has not started back up yet. We're actually going to start when I get back from Nashville. But we got to get school going around here. It's time to settle down. This has been an unusually long, busy summer for us. Our summers aren't usually more than 6-ish weeks, and I think we've had 10 or 12 weeks of summer this year. We've really been enjoying it. That's for sure. But I am all at home, and in all of my running around, I have been doing all kinds of fun knitting, and I'm going to show you lots of fun stuff. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the knit things that I'm wearing. I do have on knitted socks because it's Texas and it's 110. It's been over 100 every day for almost a month, more or less. There have been, I think this last couple of days, we had a cold front and it was 97. Yeah. So, mostly been really hot. We have over 100 days in East Texas from time to time. This is by far, in the 10, almost 11 years I've lived here, the most over 100 days we've had in a year, like times 3. It's been really hot. But from what I understand, the whole world over is quite toasty this summer, so it must be par for the course. But because of that, obviously not wearing a lot of knitted things. I do have on knitted socks because, you know, air conditioning. My toes get cold, and we have tile floors that are kind of cold. So I have in the past lifted my foot up to show you my wearing knitted socks, but I have a new camera set up, and I don't think I can do that for you anymore. So just trust me when I say I have on hand knit socks. In fact, they're a pair that my mother knit for me when she first learned to knit. They are actually the oldest pair of knitted socks I have. They're probably a good 10 years old or so. They're very cozy. They're very pretty. Yeah. Finished objects. So I have one finished object for you, and no, it's not my Enchanted Forest shawl. In fact, it is tiny little object, but I did finish it, and I would like to show it to you. This is my colorwork cozy that I made when I was in Hot Springs, actually, as one of the make and takes. I think I'm showing you like right where the jog is. Let me show you the pretty side. There we go. So when I was in Hot Springs Fiber Company's when I was there for their anniversary celebrations, they had make and takes every day. And I think last month I showed you the little crocheted ball cap that I was so darn proud. You know, I picked up a crochet hook because I thought, oh, I'll crochet. See if I can get it to focus. Not really. I thought I would crochet something else to so I wouldn't forget. And it turns out I waited too long and I already forgot. So I'm going to have to make somebody re-show me what I learned last month because I don't remember it. But anyway, one of the other things we did was these little colorwork cozies. They were super fun to do. I actually finished it at the make and take. And I brought it home and it had all these loose ends and it needed to be blocked, and I kind of forgot about it. And I was looking in a bag earlier today and I was like, oh, or actually the other day. But anyway, I was like, hey, I can get this ready and have actually a finished object. So I am going to use it to put yarn in, like some of the smaller skeins of yarn. I'm going to use it as a yarn cozy. So I have that. I don't know what it's made out of. Fingering weight yarn that Tracie just had at the shop that she was giving away with the make and takes. So just fingering weight wool. And that is my only finished object because I haven't finished anything else. But fortunately, even though my mom couldn't be here this month, she had some finished objects, and I'm going to put pictures of them. The first one are her Tritip slip stitch socks. Y'all try to say that 5 times fast. Tritip slip stitch socks that were her Hot Springs Fiber Company sock box, monthly sock box a couple of months ago. She finished those, and they are beautiful. I love it. It is so gorgeous. It looks like perfect rare steak. It makes me hungry just looking at it. And then she also finished her Frock and Bubble dress by Jennifer Miller, Comstock. And she used the Ultra Pima cotton in Sprout and Deep Coral. And this was the gift that she gave my niece for her first birthday. And my niece wore it at her first birthday. And I have pictures of my precious little niece in her watermelon dress that I'm going to put up here for you. I also have a couple of finished objects from my sister. So I went to visit her, and I can't remember if I've talked about the things that she gave me, but I'm going to get them for you. So my sister, Becca, is a really great crocheter. And she had made me this super cute little cactus pillow that I just love. And she put this little thing on it. It says, made by Rebecca. And my light's not in the best place, but... So she made me this, and she knit this like Serapa art. There's also a cactus on it. I love it. Now I also have bought her birthday is in September, so I have bought her a birthday present while I was in Arkansas, and I already gave it to her while I was visiting. And she already knit it, well, crocheted it, and sent me a picture. So I'm going to put a picture in of her shawl that she crocheted, which is also a finished object, because I thought she did such an amazing job on it. And that's it. That's all the finished objects I have. And I'm going to show you all my whips, but they're all the same whips, pretty much, that I've been showing you for the last several months. So hopefully I will actually finish some things between now and October. I definitely plan to cast on some new things between now and October. In fact, I'm going to cast on a hat on Sunday. So hopefully I'll actually finish something and not just keep growing my whip pile. But you know what? Yarn should be fun. You should make what you want to make when you feel like making it. And one of my favorite things about yarn is it does not expire. It does not go bad. It's good forever. And it keeps just fine. So it'll be fine. I have been working really hard on my Enchanted Forest, guys. I really, really, really want to have it done by the end of December. It had a little point protector on it, but I lost one. Don't know where it went. Probably caught up on the floor or something. So, yeah. Anyway, anyhow, this is getting enormous. But you can see, here's where I was right here last month. So I know it looks like I didn't get very far. But I guarantee you that's a lot of knitting. Each one of these rows is about 400, 450 stitches. So that little 2.5, 3 inches was fought for, I guarantee it. But it is coming along. It is still fun to knit. Oh, there's the little hand. Excuse me. I'm back. I just have to, buckle down and do it. It's just each row, when every row takes you an hour, it just takes a while. That's all there is to it. It'll be lovely when I finish it. My goal was to finish a section a month until the end of the year, and I did finish a section this month and a little bit more. So it is on track for its schedule. Oh, so that is the Enchanted Forest by Tracie Anderson of Hot Springs Fiber Company, and it is in Aurora Borealis and Birch, and Morning Haze, which are Hot Springs Fiber Company yarns, and the dye colorway is a custom dye colorway. I have also been working on my April cowl because this is it's been like 3 months and it's like not a big project at all. It's time to get done. So I was working on it quite a bit. I'm actually a little over halfway done on this one. It is really fun, easy lace knit. You can see the little gummy bear. That's where I was last month. And so I better move it up now so I don't forget to move up the gummy bear later. It's coming along quite nicely. I very much hope I will have this done for the 1st of October. I'm going to be taking it with me when I go out of town on Sunday. I'm going to Nashville, Tennessee to the Getty Sing Conference this year. I'm very excited about that. I've never been, and I've always wanted to go. So I'm planning to work on this while I'm there and hopefully have that done soon. And then I have also been working on my Petty Harbor socks. They are further along than they were, not terribly far along. You can see the little chili pepper is where I was last time. This other stitch marker up here, right here, this one is just keeping track of where I'm at in the pattern repeat, but the chili pepper is where I've done. So I've done a couple of inches on that. This is another thing that's going to go to Nashville with me and hopefully get done. I mean, it's a 10-hour drive from where I live to Nashville. So that, and I don't have to drive any of that. So that's a lot of concentrated knitting time. Hopefully. Planning to get some stuff worked on. So I don't know if those will be done by the beginning of October, but I'm hoping to be closer anyway. Plus, I really want to cast on my watermelon socks, which was my Hot Springs Fiber Company sock box for last month. I haven't gotten one for September yet because it hasn't come out yet. But I couldn't start it because those are my sock needles and they have this sock on them. So I actually ordered another needle. Hot Springs Fiber Company's not charging shipping right now, y'all. So if you're like me and you don't like to order things online because you have to pay to ship it, now's the time to go check out her website. She didn't tell me to say that. I'm just telling you that. But I totally went and ordered me a couple more needles so I can have 2 pairs of socks on needles at the same time. I knit mine 2 at a time, so I have to have 2 of the same needle for every pair of socks. It's kind of a tool intensive way to do it, but I like it that way because then both my socks are done at the same time and I don't have to worry about knitting the same exact sock again, which I like. So that is what I am currently working on. And then of course, Blanket of Knowledge. I'm so excited about Blanket of Knowledge. Okay, so some of you may have noticed that I have not done a review for the 2022 Orange Beach themed blanket yet. Actually, there's been kind of a hiccup in the yarn supply at Hot Springs Fiber Company, so I haven't received the graduation box for that blanket yet. But as soon as I receive it, I will knit the last square and I'll get out a video showing you the last 6 months and all the blocks, and we'll have a whole lot of fun playing with that. But I'm all caught up on it. In fact, I'm kind of ahead because I knit so many extra blocks, but I just don't have anything to show because I haven't gotten anything new. But, well, on that blanket, I do have 2 brand new blankets. Oh, gosh, very excited. So, that's the 2022 one that began. So, the Blanket of Knowledge began in August of 2022. So, it is now September of 2023. It's been going on for a year and a month. And in August, she got all new updated colorways. Color stories is what we call them. They're photographs that Tracie took, inspired by mostly nature, but I think she has one that's like a beautiful living room set. And she dyes the colors of the yarn to match the photo, of course, which is beautiful. And I actually got to pick out 2 Blankets of Knowledge to do this year. And I've already done August for both of them. Now, the first one, I let my son, my oldest son, wanted a blanket. So I showed him all the color stories, and he picked out the color story Cabin in the Woods. And I will show you that yarn. So I have it in this cute, cute little bag. My friend Suzanne actually made this bag for us. She made a bunch of them for a group of ladies that knit together for Christmas last year. So it's in my little starry bag. And this month, the yarn color is called Welcome Home. And here it is. This is the completed block. Now you have lots and lots of options this year. You can choose to knit your blanket in strips that don't require seaming. You can choose to knit it in blocks. This month you could choose to have your block with or without a border on the side. I did both of them. Here's the other. And they're fairly close. One's a little bigger than the other. I'm obviously not the most consistent knitter ever, but they're pretty close. This was a really fun. You knit in short rows on the bias. It was really, really fun. So I have both of those done. Now I actually decided to go down a needle size. I knit everything on a US 6 last year, which is the recommended needle size for the yarn, but apparently I am a very loose knitter and I just like the way it looks a little nicer on a US 5. So I actually went down a needle size and I had quite a bit of yarn left over. Like, there's the cake. I probably could knit a third block if I wanted to, but I don't want to. And the reason I don't want to is because I have 2 blankets. So I have a whole nother blanket. I put this one away. And this one is the one that I picked out for me. So I chose, y'all, I had the hardest time choosing. Anybody that has watched this knows my favorite color is orange. And I usually am a russet, sunset, burnt orange, even though I really don't like UT. They at least have a good orange. Like, that's the kind of orange that I love. But kind of lately, I also like a bright neon orange. That's always been a big favorite. But lately, I've been kind of into a more corally kind of orange that I haven't gravitated toward prior to this. And so I was looking, they have, one of the color stories was called Campfire, and it is beautiful, and it's those rich red, orange, and yellow fire, and then like the brown and black with the coals. It's gorgeous. But I just wasn't feeling it. And it was actually really similar to the Cabin in the Woods, except the Cabin in the Woods has the green, and the Campfire didn't have any of the green in it. But I didn't, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I had another one that was also speaking to me, and that was the Enchanted colorway, which is like a sunset with black, like the trees and things in the foreground are black. And in the end, that was what I wound up having to go with. And I am doing this blanket in a strip construction. So I have 2 blankets going in both of the different constructions. Let me see if I can get you where you can see that a little better. So it's the same kind of on the bias look as the blocks. In fact, most people's blankets will look almost exactly like the blocks with a larger section 2. But I cast on too many stitches. I did a gauge swatch and I did weigh my yarn, but I was thinking about how many stitches I wanted to get the size blanket I wanted, and I was not thinking about how much depth I was going to be able to get. I was just thinking about the horizontal and not the vertical. So I cast on 300 stitches because that should be around 60 inches, which is about a twin size. But that was eating up some of my vertical, and I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough yardage to do section 2 the way that it was written in the pattern. So I weighed my yarn after I did the cast on, and I weighed it after I did the first rows of garter stitch, and then I weighed it after I did the first section, and decided that instead of doing the full section 2, I would make the short rows shorter and do 3 section 1s basically. And it worked out. I literally used almost all of it. I had 2 yards left when I was done, which is my goal, to use it all up. And oh, I'll have to show you the Cabin in the Woods, I forgot. But they have, instead of waiting for a graduation box where you get your seaming yarn at the end of the year like we did last year, she's actually sending you the seaming yarn every month in a small little mini cake. And so this one, it's going to be black. So in between each section every month of the main color yarn, you're going to have a black border. I don't know, intra border is what I've been thinking of it as. Like, it's the border in between the main stripes. So for Enchanted, it's black. For Cabin in the Woods, let me find it for you. It's gray. I'm going to show it to you real quick. It's beautiful too. So if you look at the picture, I think the gray is like representing the roof. So these are the two. Get my finger out of the way. Yeah. So for the block blanket, I'll just save the little gray mini cake every month because I don't want to assemble my blanket until all my blocks are done and I can lay them out and look at them and see how I want it to look. But for my strip blanket, I'll put the black every month in between the big stripes. And I was going to show you how much yarn I had left. That's it. That's how much yarn I had left. The black yarn I had, I don't know, maybe 4 yards. And the main color, I literally measured it. I had 2 yards. So I had almost no yarn left, which was perfect. That's what I wanted. And it's in my, I have this clear plastic bag. Of all the funny things, I visited a church when we were out of town, and they gave us a welcome gift, and the welcome gift came in this fabulous clear plastic bag, which I love. So, funny ways that we acquire bags. So yeah, that's the new blanket of knowledge. And if you have not joined it, you totally need to sign up. So, Tracie does not pay me to talk about the blanket of knowledge on my vlog. I knit the blankets and show them on here because that's what I'm knitting. And so I would really encourage you, if you're thinking about it, to definitely join up. It is so much fun and the yarn is always so beautiful. And then let's see, I also have a few acquisitions to talk about. Not a lot, because if you watched last month, you know, like I didn't even show you all the yarn I came back from Arkansas with last month. That was only the majority of it. There were still some things that I just, it was a lot. It was just a lot. I'm telling you. So I showed you most of the yarn, but I did have some things that weren't yarn that I just forgot to mention, and I did want to show. So this actually little bag is an acquisition. My friend is downsizing, and she was posting different things that she was going to need to part with on Facebook, and this little bag was on there, and I was like, ooh, I don't have enough bags. I need that. Right, like I need a hole in my head, right? But okay, it was cute. It was like $1. I bought it. So that's an acquisition. And then I will show you a couple of other things. So when I was in Arkansas, one of the things that I got is this really cool row counter. So if you can see it there, whoops, upside down. All of the little bubbles are numbered, and as you knit a row, you pop it down. Whoops, well, you'd start with, when you knit 1 row, you pop down the 1. You knit 2 rows, you pop down the 2. You knit 3 rows, you pop down the 3. And it's real thick and sturdy, so I don't think the bubbles will get popped in your bag. Like it's pretty hard. Like you have to really kind of push it all the way to get it to pop. So that's kind of cool. And then one of the party favors we got, one of the days that, I think the Thursday when we were having the knit night, she gave a bubble pop row counting bracelet. That was like a, we called it a party favor. So anybody there on that knit night got this one for free. So I have those two. Oh, I got pearl strings. So I've heard this called a couple of things. I think I've heard it called try it on tubing. So it's this plastic tubing, and it's hollow, so you can put the needle point inside it and then string your work on it so that you can block it or try it on and not have to get your needles wet or have needles hanging off of your work while you're trying to try it on. So I haven't knit a garment yet, but I mean, I've knit garments. I haven't knit a garment recently, but I have this now to try next time I am doing that, so that's good. Oh, my friend Jennifer gave this to me, and it is so cute. I collect pins, like enamel pins or lapel pins, all kinds of pins. She saw this and thought it was really cute. So it's just a little bitty knitted fabric with, like, I think they're toothpicks for knitting needles, and it's just on a little pin back. So that's fun. And my friend Rhonda crocheted me a little ghosty. He's so cute. I think I'm going to see if I can get a clip or a headband or something so I can wear him for Halloween. Isn't he precious? If I can figure out how to get him to stay on my head, I'll wear him in the October episode. I'm calling him Squishy because he's squishy. Oh, my friend Rhonda's super sweet. She did a great job. I clearly cannot crochet that yet. One more acquisition that I have, my friend Melissa, she went to Peru on a mission trip and she brought me back yarn. So this is 100% Peruvian alpaca wool. It came from her mission trip. And I'm sure she picked this because it is pink and orange and I love it. It is really soft. I'm not sure what I want to knit with it. I was thinking I would make socks, but it's 100% alpaca. It doesn't have any nylon in it, and I'm worried that it would wear out really fast. So if you've knit socks that didn't have nylon in them, if they were just wool or like just alpaca, would you let me know how that kind of went for you? Because I really think they would make beautiful socks, but I don't want to ruin them either. Oh, and then the other thing I have was something I did get from Hot Springs Fiber Company when I was there back in, I guess that was back in July, and I forgot to show last month. And that is these handmade soaps that have also been hand felted. One of the ladies that is one of the customers and just shop supporters of Hot Springs, I think her name was, I'm not sure if it was Julie or Terry that made the soaps. They'll have to comment and tell y'all which one of them made the soaps. Either Julie or Terry made these. And I had to buy them. They smell so good. So this one is mine. This one will make another appearance here after a few minutes. But right now, what we need to do is the very important selection of the giveaway winner for the Arkansas Yarn Crawl goodies that I got to give away for this month. So I am going to try something new. I'm going to try to put the winner, like I'm going to draw the winner like while I'm talking to you. We're going to try. Usually I do it on my computer before we start. So I don't have a winner yet, but I am going to see if I can figure this out. So bear with me. We're going to try to put it up on the screen so that you can see the winner as it's being selected. All right. I've got it all pulled up and ready. So there it is. And I'm just going to hit the button and it's going to pick a winner. And then I will announce the winner. All right. We have a winner. So the winner is NanaSpice. Her comment was, Katie, it was such fun knitting with you at Hot Springs Fiber Company. I would love to win this yarn as I plan to take the sock class that Tracie is going to offer in September. By the way, it was my wearing a recently completed Lang sweater that got all of the ladies excited about that pattern and yarn. I love the top so much that I bought enough to knit another in a different color. Happy knitting. Ah, that's great. I bought the yarn to knit the Lang top too, so I succumbed to Diana's influence with that one. So yay, that is what we are going to be doing. We're going to be giving this away to NanaSpice. So Diana, you will need to send me an email at my email in the description box down below and let me know your address and I will get that prize out to you. All right, put that back on and see if it'll connect back up. Oh, there we go. So that is our lucky winner this month, and now we have a new giveaway to give, some more stuff to give away this month. So if you didn't guess, this month one item I'm giving away is the soap, the handmade soap and hand felted soap. I also have another of those adorable little knit pins that my friend Jennifer gave me. She gave me one for you too. I have a couple of the little hands that protect your needle points and a couple of stitch markers. These stitch markers were donated by Hot Springs Fiber Company. They're mushrooms. They are so cute. And you're like, get to the yarn, because you know there's yarn in this giveaway, right? Well, yeah, there's yarn, I promise. But first, a pom-pom. And finally, the yarn. So I was thinking you could knit a cute little hat. Whoops, it's upside down. Me and the upside down tonight. So this is a Juniper Moon's Farm yarn, Saxony. And I just thought that would be so cute. See if I can get them both in the shot here. Together with the orange yarn and the green pom-pom. I thought it would be very October-y, like a little pumpkin. So I'm going to pick a winner for this giveaway in the October episode 17. So if you would like to win the yarn and hat, the soap, the pen, the stitch markers, if you want to win this prize, comment below and tell me what your favorite fall treat is, because yes, I am a pumpkin spice lover, and I'm not usually big about Starbucks. It's not usually my thing, but I love to get a chai tea latte and a pumpkin scone from Starbucks in the fall. Like, can't wait for that to come out. So comment below and tell me what fall treats you are looking forward to. Thinking my husband, MrsDuckPotatoe, is really fond of raiding the kids' Halloween candy. Yeah. There's a dad tax. There's a mom tax too, but we don't have to talk about that one. Oh, and I'm going to put this prize is going to come in a tamale bag. So kids are always asking me, I have a yarn club at our library. And we meet on Thursdays, and anybody can come. We have people of all ages. They can knit, they can crochet. I always say I'm not the teacher, I'm the facilitator, because it depends on what you want to learn as to whether or not I'm going to teach you. We have women that do crochet. They help people with crochet. If you want to knit, I can help you with knitting. We have another young lady who helps people use the loom. Like, we have a lap loom or a table loom. We have a few of the circular looms where you can loom knit. So everybody just shares whatever skill they have and works together. But they're always asking me what I put my yarn in. And I said, well, when I very first started knitting, I used to put them in tamale bags. And everybody was like, what's a tamale bag? Well, the Texas Tamale Company, you can buy their tamales frozen at the local grocery store. And they come in this cute little flour sack type bag. And so after you take the tamales out and eat them, you have this cute little bag. So for a long time, I had projects in tamale bags all the time. And so I started bringing up my tamale bags, because y'all know I have 1,000,001 bags. I don't need a dozen tamale bags, and giving them away to the kids who would need bags for their projects. We had tamales a while back, and I have an extra tamale bag. So it's going to come in this cute little Texas tamale bag. And that will be my giveaway. Now, I know I forgot to do a shawl parade last month, but I remembered this month, and I have 2 shawls to show you. These are not recently finished objects. They're just, I knit a lot of shawls. I like shawls. I mean, it's Texas, and I can only wear them for like a week, maybe 2 weeks if it's a really cold winter. But I like to knit them. Actually, I wear them more than that, because we got air conditioning, and I wear them in church. It gets cold, or at the mall, or out to dinner. I get so cold when we go out to dinner, y'all. Drink I drink all the Diet Coke in the shop. This is my new favorite mug. My friend Jennifer gave this to me too. It says this might be Diet Coke. And it's funny because it's true. Now, I know I forgot in the last episode, but this episode is going to have a shawl parade float. I believe this is float number 4, and I have 2 shawls to show you. So the first one I have is actually one of the oldest shawls I have, and it is called, let's get it around the right direction. This pattern is Frozen Skies by Alla Saenko. And I knit this, so the East Texas Fiber Festival used to actually be in Lindale. Now, the last couple of years they've moved it to Canton, but back when it was still in Lindale, I had a friend from trying to remember, McNitty is the name of her yarn shop, and she had a booth out at the East Texas Fiber Festival, and I came out to help her work. And where the festival used to be in Lindale is in it's like a really big covered pavilion. It's sort of indoors, but not exactly. There's no air conditioning or heating and very little light. So I had brought out a whole bunch of lamps from my house to help light up her booth and help work the booth, and she gave me these 2 balls of yarn to pay for it. So the yarn is Ms. Crosby's Satchel, and the colors are Foxglove and Frank. And I have always loved this shawl. My husband made fun of me profusely because he says it looks like it came out of the 70s. And I said, I don't care, I like it. And since I was showing this shawl, remember I told you my favorite color is orange, right? I thought I would show you a more recent one. So I knit this one probably, I don't know, 2017, 2018, a while back. This one I knit last year. And this is my Shawlography shawl, which is by Stephen West. And oh, I got it upside down. I like to hold things upside down. And you can see I have not changed much in my love of these colors because it is the same color scheme for sure. I love this shawl. I haven't worn it a whole lot because I just finished it last year, and it's been summer, but I hope to get a lot of use out of it. It is so squishy. It's a Stephen West thing, I guess, because it's got like the brioche and then the garter and then these little baubles. It makes even though it's fingering weight, it's got like a good weight to it. It's thick and squishy. But yeah, I know I wore this to the DFW Fiber Festival last year. I know I had it on when we were there. So this one is, so the 3 kind of brownish, like this milk chocolatey brown, this darker brown, and this, I don't know what that is. It's like a reddish brown, like an orangey brown. So there's this orangey brown, the dark brown, and then this milk chocolatey brown. Those 3 yarns came from Expression Fiber Arts. They were a set called Russet Hues, and she still has that set because I just saw her advertising it not too long ago. And that is in her I don't remember, her one of her sock bases. It's a fingering weight. And then you have this sort of, it's hard to find it, this sort of, here we go, this is a better way to show you. So that's the 3 solid colors, and then you have this multicolored one here. Let's see, this one right here, this multicolored one right here. This is Malabrigo sock in Carnival, and then this orangey yellow one here, that was No Ordinary Yarn Marjorie sock in colorway Bonfire. I loved No Ordinary Yarn. This was a yarn dyer that was actually out in Post, Texas, but she is not dyeing yarn anymore, so you can't get her yarn, which is sad. But yeah, lots and lots of yarn. Love Stephen West's. Well, I like this pattern. I never do the Stephen West mystery knit alongs because I don't know if I'm going to like him. I like most of his shawls. I don't like all of his shawls, and that is a lot of a lot of time and a lot of yarn to be knitting if you're not sure that you like it. So I always wait till the mystery knit along is over and decide if I want to knit it. I actually have a couple more shawls that I want to knit in my queue. I guess I should give you a queue update. Let me just tell you, things are not going well. I don't remember what I started with. I think it was like 29. I'm at 34. I think I'm not worrying about that goal this year. You know, you don't have to meet every goal every year. Some years you do, some years you're like, maybe I like a different goal. Because clearly my queue is not going down. But hey, it's alright. So that is my shawl parade. I hope you guys have been busy and having a fun summer. If you've already started back to school, then I hope you're having a great time at school. Yes, this is Diet Coke in my handy dandy mug that my friend Jennifer gave me. Sorry, squirreled. Always a plus. I am going to close this up in a prayer. I think I forgot to pray last month, so I'm really sorry about that. And I hope I'll see you back next month. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, do all the all the things that help support the channel. And I'll see you next time. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the wonderful opportunities we've had this summer to travel, to meet new friends, to see new places, gain new experiences. Thank you for keeping us safe. We thank you so much, Lord, for your Son, Jesus. Thank you for sending him to this earth to die for us and to save us from our sins. Forgive us in the many areas where we fail you, Lord. And in your Son's most precious name we pray. Amen.